Hi, welcome to Secrets with Sativa, where I spill all of my secrets. We're gonna start with the story time of Flipper. Who's excited about the story time of Flipper? Right? So, I met Flipper in school. She was in my drama class, and we ended up talking. We ended up bonding just over different things. But we both wanted to leave home. So me and her started talking about leaving home. She wanted to leave her mom's, and I wanted to leave my mom's. Well, I wanted to leave because of my dad, but that's another story for another day. So we were talking about it for months. And well, I say months, but it was probably like a month. It was probably like a month and a half before we graduated that we were talking about it, planning it, and stuff like that. She already had something going on, and she asked me if I wanted to come with her. I told her yes. Without any hesitation, I told her yes. I went home, got my calendar, started marking down days until it was time to leave. I was not behaving, so I did not get to do my graduation party. I didn't get to do my graduation party. That's another story for another day. Instead of that, it was just, seeing family and eating and receiving gifts, and then that was it. Okay. But before that, we had a conversation about me leaving, because my mom had walked into my room. She's seen the calendar, she's seen the days marked off. She said she saw the day that I was gonna leave. And yeah, of course your parents are gonna want to talk to you I ain't say nothing before. She just walked into my room and seen the calendar. So yeah, we ended up having a conversation about it. Can't come back. Once you leave, you already know, because we have 2 other kids. So yes, I ended up leaving. We first went to her house. After we went to her house, we wasn't there long. We went to Atlanta. She had a friend in Atlanta. And yes, I'm fast forwarding because there's other parts that I'm not 100% on or can't remember the conversation about. Like, there was a conversation between me, Fluid, and Flipper, and I'm almost positive it had something to do with the threesome, and we just ended up not that didn't go through. Like that ain't happen. That did not happen. I've done it before, but it just wasn't with them. So back to Flipper. So we go to Atlanta. Okay, Flipper got a friend. Okay. By the way, she's talking about this friend. She's been flipped by this friend before. So we go, and I meet her friend. We're gonna call him. We just gonna call the friend, because friend don't stay in the story long. Friend only is in the story for the first, we was there for a week. I think we was there for a week before we headed out. So we're gonna say friend. Yeah, I met Flipper's friend, and friend was a little older than Flipper. Me and Flipper at the time are 18. Did you hear me? Me and Flipper at the time are 18. Flipper's friend is a little bit older than Flipper. Not too much older, but he older than Flipper. Okay. We're chilling. We got our stuff. We move it. I think we moved all of our stuff upstairs and then close to the door. I had a couple suitcases in a bag. She had a couple suitcases in a bag. We had been backpacking in Atlanta at this point. We got to his house, was chilling for a minute. Flipper and friend was doing things in the room. I minded my business. I stayed outside the room. Around this time, I'm not going to say that I was closeted, but I just had not escaped my shell. I was damn near mute. Okay, damn near. So I let them do their thing. Whatever. Fern asked if I could join. Flipper asked me if I wanted to join her and friend. I told her no, I'm good. I don't know him. I ain't been dealing with him. Like, I don't know him. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'll stay out here and wait for you guys to get done. She continued doing whatever she was doing. They came out. We was smoking. We just chilling at this point. It's not a whole lot going on. We just chilling. She starts telling me that, no, we're going to fast forward. Going fast forward. Okay, a couple days, because I think we stayed there for a couple nights. Like I said, it was almost a week, but not exactly a week. And then we ended up moving to one of her other friend's house. We're going to call him friend number 2. The other friend is out. I'm not going to say he's out the picture, but something comes up later on about that friend. About friend 1. Something comes up later on about friend 1 that gave the air that friend 1 had something. But we don't know. We don't know that for sure. It just came up. It came up. And then we ended up going to friend 2's house. So Flipper friend 2's house. We go to his house. And she said, oh, this is her friend or whatever. She's cool with him and whatnot. She know him. I'm just following her at this point. The hell, my name should have been follower then, because I was definitely just following her. So we go to this house, and I'm thinking everything's going to be cool. I'm like, okay, so are we leaving from here to go wherever or whatever? So she sets up a computer, and then she sets up a camera. I'm looking, like, I'm side-eyeing, I'm bombastic side-eye. I'm side-eyeing the fuck out of her, because what are you doing? What are you about to do? I'm not saying nothing. Like I said, damn near was a mute. I'm not saying nothing. So she tells me she's about to make some money. And I said, oh, shit, how? How you about to make some money? How you about to do that? And her friend number 2 had left. Friend number 2 was there, we got dropped off, we there. Then friend number 2 left. Friend number 2 wasn't there no more. He left to go do something, then he came back. But he put us in that room so she could work. Now, when she set up the computer, she set up the webcam, she logged in, and I'm sitting here watching, just in awe. I'm just watching, like, the fuck is this girl doing? I don't know what the fuck is going on. Am I cussing too much? Oh, well. I don't know what's going on. So she starts to basically fill me in, but she's also getting ready to, like, undress and stuff like that. And she's like, yeah, I'm a webcam model, da-da-da. I was like, oh, okay, so what do you do exactly? She was like, I just stand here with my biddies out and do whatever. Sometimes I play with myself, whatever. I was like, oh. She was like, yeah. She was like, my other boyfriend is on here. I said, oh. She was like, yeah, let me see if he on here. He's the one that was supposed to be going to Jersey. I was like, oh. Mind you, I can't do shit about it, because once me and my mom and my dad had that conversation, that was it. I'm fending for my life out here. Okay? Fending for my life. I could not go home. So she's telling me all of this, and then she gets online, and then friend number 2 come back. He knock on the door. She's like, I'm working. And friend number 2 like, okay. And then he goes about his business. I don't know. Friend number 2 did not, like, stay around us when we was at his house. He just let her have the room, I guess, if that's that's what you want to call it. She's working or whatever. So then as like, I'll say about an hour or two in, we were sitting there for a minute. Like I was sitting there for a minute. She says, oh, he here. So it's her dude, the other dude that's not fluid, that's not friend number one, that's not friend number two. This dude, who's supposed to be her dude, shows up in her session. And she's like, oh, here he is. I'm going to message him. Da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh, okay. Message him. All right. She said, yeah. So they're messaging back and forth, whatever the case may be. I'm not really asking nothing because I don't really know what's going on. I know to keep my eyes peeled and my wits about me, but I don't know what's going on. So they're talking, and then she says, yeah, he's gonna buy us the bus ticket. And I said, oh, okay, so we're gonna take the bus there. She said, yeah, we're gonna take the bus. We gotta go to Walmart, get some snacks and shit. That snack run was illegal. Anyways, we got as much snacks as we could get away with, and which was a lot. And we packed up and scurried off. I'll tell you, that's a deeper story. That's a story in itself. That I don't even like know how to begin that. Like that's like, yeah, we was 5-finger discount, okay, but with a cart, okay. So we had got our snacks, jacked our snacks, got back in the car, and then went back to friend number 2 house, and we packed everything up. From there, we got friend number 2 to drop us off at the bus station. Yeah, because we went from friend number 2 house to the bus station. Go to the bus station. We waiting.